Hey guys, happy Witchy Wednesday. Welcome to Pure Premonitions. Okay, so my tea's still cooling off. Let's get the tarot cards going. Maybe I'll switch it up. I'll do tarot, tea, and then we'll end with some oracle cards. How are we feeling? Hump day. Cards are a little stuck today. Are we feeling like we're in a rut? Yeah, hard to shuffle. Sometimes they're just like so easy flowing. Not today. All right, what does the collective need to know? We have Page of Swords in our recent past or mind card. All right, not too bad. New ideas happening. Nine of Swords in reverse. Some personal transitions. We also have the Temperance in reverse as well. All right, guys. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this. All right. We have the Fool in reverse also. Okay. So ultimately, I feel like we're holding back. So anytime I pull a clarifying card at the end of my initial three, I'm going to say that that's my what's at hand card. So usually the Fool is like new beginnings. You've got this zeal for life, but you're kind of naive and you're like, you don't know the path ahead, but you're just willing to go for it. But because it's in reverse, that's telling me that there's some indecisions here, some hesitation, maybe being a bit reckless. Yeah, you're thinking that you've made some bad choices or you've been taking some risks. A little fearful. But there are unlimited possibilities. So you don't just have to think about the negative. You also don't have to be naive in the positive. All right, so mentally, we're still curious, which is good. You have a thirst for knowledge. There are new ways to communicate, so you have to seek these out. You're feeling a bit restless about this, though. Yeah, there's a lot of mental energy here. Like maybe recently, if this is more in the recent past, you had a lot of these new ideas and curiosity and like thirst to discover more. But we just didn't know how to channel that into these new ways of communicating. So you're holding back and you're being indecisive instead with hesitation. I'm getting some earth and air signs here. Yeah, so we're kind of just going with the wind. You don't have like a clear direction. Although you need to ground since the Fool is ungrounded, since it's in reverse. The Page of Swords is grounded, but it's cloudy in the background. You just don't know where to take these new ideas or ways of communicating. And with the Nine of Swords, we've got Aquarius energy, air energy. There is movement, but there's resistance to change. There's something unfinished here, you guys. A lot of emotional baggage is coming up. You're in a personal transition. So if it were upright, there's balance to this movement. There's solutions that you are very clear on, but right now you're just not clear on these solutions. It is a card of healing and harmony. You just have to be empathetic for those around you and yourself. Like you are guiding the boat. And you're looking ahead. There's clear water ahead of you, but right next to the boat, it's a little rocky. So yeah, that's just telling me you're in this transition. You just don't know how to handle this emotional baggage. Something's, yeah, you're not moving on here. There's a, all right, let's keep going. That was what we're experiencing right now in the current position and physically. So yeah, you're just maybe physically also feeling this resistance to change. Lack of movement when you should be getting a move on. In communication. Okay. Number 14 could mean something, or 5, which is change. We are resistant to change right now. The Temperance is usually a card of balance and harmony and overflowing cups and emotions, and like, you know what to do with these emotions. But right now, there's just an imbalance still. And you can see that in the foreseeable future. So recent, you know, I'm not talking about months ahead. I'm talking about in the next week to next month. You're still dealing with something in excess, some kind of extremes. Maybe you're overindulging in something. There's cups here flowing. So some of you could have, you know, an excess in drinking or any, the Temperance is an angel. So since it's in reverse, that's giving devil energy, which is like overstimulated in your sexual desires. Yeah, it says alcoholism, addiction. I didn't even read that yet, but it is a good thing though. You're working on this self-healing. You are realigning. Remember, there's no bad cards in tarot. It's giving Pisces and Sagittarius energy since there is water here and fire. There's a sun in the background and a mountainscape. So there's like this path leading towards the sun and mountains. So you have a journey ahead of you, but it's going to be a good one once you find that balance and harmony. Yeah, the other day somebody said that the word balance is too rigid. It makes you feel like you have to be 50-50 and like super on point with that scale. But I think harmony is a better word. There's the ebb and flow, just like the water. The waves are going to come and go, emotionally speaking. And you just work with moderation and patience. There's a purpose for this. We don't know what it is yet, but the universe is always guiding you. Yeah, it's telling me that you have to find meaning. Be sensible with this transition. It's not always a bad thing, you guys. Okay. Red and orange flowers might mean something. All right. Let's see what the tea has to say. Ooh, I wish I could like tilt the teacup to you guys, but I did a ginger, lemon, chamomile, and there's butterfly pea flower, so it makes it like this green, this blue green. So good, ginger. Trying to regulate my digestive system. I've decided I gotta cut out gluten again, and I love bread and pasta, but it does not love me, at least not in the States. If I was living in the UK or Europe, it'd be a different story. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. So remember I said flowers might mean something? And this tea bag says, what a desolate place would be a world without a flower. Yeah, so there's something beautiful to be seen in the small things. Like, don't stress about whatever is your current anxiety right now. Like there's a grander scheme to it. The universe is putting this, let's just say, mental, emotional roadblock in your way for a reason. It's always a lesson, right? Cheers. All right, it's still kind of warm, so I don't want to rush it. Let's pull some Cosmic Insight Oracle cards. Can you give us some more clarifying information on what's happening? Oh, and these are like, these are a nice shuffle. As I spoke to, it's like a really smooth shuffle, and then something hit hard. So yeah, maybe it's like all flooding back to you quickly, but then it flows again easy after. Okay, what do we have to know? What about our recent past here? Patience. Just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. Yeah. So this curiosity, this new way of communicating is going to smooth out within the next few months. The mental energy will calm down and won't be so chaotic or unknown. It's always about time, right? Divine timing. And what about our present moment? Can you clarify this 9 of Swords? All right, we've got a narcissist here. Someone is too full of themselves. We've got the masculine looking at himself in the mirror, smiling. He's got a suit on. It doesn't necessarily mean that the masculine in your situation is like a full-on narcissist. He's just picking up on narcissistic tendencies. Yeah, you guys, like, don't be full of yourself. Maybe see the bigger picture. You're in a personal transition. You're being resistant to change, maybe picking up a little too much on the ego here. But there's unfinished business. Okay, so it's just letting me know that you're handling this emotional baggage in the wrong way. Yeah. You're not moving towards the harmonious, healing, empathetic way. You're dealing with it how the ego mind would deal with it. And what about this Temperance in reverse for our future position? Wow, Mercury retrograde has been coming up a lot, and we are heading towards another Mercury retrograde. So electronic issues, or it says communication issues, which is exactly what the other card said. So it's just telling you to review everything. Yeah, I'm picking up on communication issues, since 2 of the cards had the word communication. There's just an imbalance here in communication. Something about you overindulging. I'm sensing that the masculine, since it's the masculine in the mirror, listen, it's all energy here, masculine, feminine, they, them, I don't care. But it is what it is. The cards are telling me masculine. So the masculine is just choosing to go in excess or overindulge right now. Alcoholism, addiction, or extremes, like sexual extremes. But it's a good thing because mentally they are aware. They are trying to review everything and find that balance. Because once they get on the right path, this card is all about balance and patience again, and moderation, and dealing with these communication issues in a harmonious way. There's a purpose to why he's having to go through these lessons. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way. Yeah, there's a meaning that he has to find here. Being sensible is what I'm getting. Okay, and then just a clarifying for the Fool in reverse. So why is he holding back? Why is he indecisive? There's some hesitation. He's choosing, or he's thinking that these are bad choices or risk-taking, a little reckless. Okay. I don't always read the reversals in this, but I will mention that it was the only oracle card that I picked up upside down. So it's intuition. The red flags you ignore now will come back to bite you later. So the fact that it was upside down just tells me the same thing with the Fool in reverse. That there is a new beginning here, but you're not listening to your intuition. Like the Fool's all about going on this journey. Endless possibilities, being innocent, like I said in the beginning, a little naive to what the path is, but he doesn't care. He's just like blindly trusting and in blind faith. There's opportunity here. There's a lot of pleasure ahead of you. There's unlimited possibilities in a healthy regard, but you can't ignore these red flags because they could come back to bite you later. So you just have to go about this in a healthier way. It did say moderation. So, you know, sex isn't a bad thing. Partying, when done in moderation, can be fun. It could be a celebration. It could be you getting out of your shell and enjoying yourself, but always be mindful that you're in control. Or, you know, there's a way to go about this. There's always a healthy manner of fun, right? They say that you can never have too much fun, but I think sometimes we can. It's just how to go about this, finding a better way to communicate how you need to handle these what's the word I'm looking for? These transitions, this change, this release. But there is some kind of unfinished business. Excuse you, sir. I have tea and cards here. Can we not? I love you, but no. Look at a masculine running back in here. Just full force. Calm down. Moderation. Yeah, there are solutions. There's a way to find harmonious healing and balance through this movement to this new beginning. Because two of the cards, even the page is a messenger too, and the Fool and this Six of Swords, they're all on a journey. So there is a new beginning here, and it doesn't have to be a negative new beginning. But for some reason, you guys are like, it says fearfulness. You guys are just in fear of, you know, going the red flag route rather than choosing moderation in something. I don't know what it's talking about, but you guys will, because it's your life, right? Okay. So yummy. I got my nails done. You like it? It's for Halloween. We have some runes and a little witch, a little skeleton cat, and some stars. And then this was like my more witchy thing. Look at this like 3D spider he did. So cool. Ah! Some people are talented. Okay. Let's empty out the leaves, ask your questions. We need some clarifying info on these cards, please. Whoop. Let's get rid of any fear, any self-judgments, this resistance to change. And how do we move forward in this personal transition, in these new beginnings, whatever they may be? What do they have to deal with? And how do we move out of this narcissistic energy into our intuition? Let's see. I should do like an ASMR. Wow. All right. Well. Oh my goodness. Ah! All right. There was recently, like yesterday, because it's like over the edge, the rim, or today, you're having some kind of spiritual awakening, you or the other person that has to do with this reading. But then there's not much until next month, because we're already at the end of the month, so I'm feeling like this is the next month. They're kind of trying to ignore this, or you are. Or maybe you're like pulled back into the real world and you're just like, I can't deal with all these spiritual downloads right now. Or like the intuition, right? Look at this intuition that was in reverse. It's like you're trying to ignore it. You're not, you guys, it's always a red flag if you ignore your intuition. Come on, get with the program. Okay, we're feeling love again. Something came back, because we've got the only two things right now on the next few days is there's an exchange of messages, and it's either correlated to love or money, because it has a heart on the envelope. So because we have leaves directly on the heart by itself and the heart message, this is messages of the heart. So somebody came back in to communicate. Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is so interesting. The heart itself, which is like romance, feelings of love, joy, just, all of the passion that floods back in. But the leaves are like not fully centered on the heart. So it's telling me that it's not fully coming in, head first yet. The leaves are just over the edges on either side of the heart. So it's like it's penetrated. These messages that have to correlate with somebody you have feelings for, or vice versa, they struck a chord in the heartstring, and somebody's being resistant though. Because again, it's just not fully on the heart, on either the message, or so it's not like a declaration of love, and it's also like that both of you guys are, because it's on two edges of the heart, that both people are feeling this, but one is like a lot of leaves and the other one is little leaves. So yeah, you've both penetrated the heart again, but nobody's ready to like fully jump back in yet. Okay, we have sprinkle, these leaves like trail down to the next week or two. They're heavy within like this next week or in a week. So maybe like the messages slow down and then it comes back a little bit heavier. Emotionally though, it stays the same. It's not like the emotions come back in heavy with the messages of love. So it's telling me again, now we're probably both reserved. But it's still there because it's sprinkled. And the moon as well. It's right outside the full moon, so this is like a passionate love affair. This is like full force. If it was on the moon, then I'd be like, you are in love right now. You are canoodling with your person, but you're not just yet because it's outside of the moon. But it's like that light is shining on this relationship once again. for the next few days or week, you're not going to get much of those emotions yet, but then it starts to sprinkle back in the next few weeks. So into November. Yeah, and it times up perfectly, almost perfectly, with the knife, which usually represents a separation or like cutting through the emotions, which could be hard. So all this week, it's like there's just nothing there. There's no leaves under the separation. So the separation is still being like, the emotions are hard to cut through right now. But there's one leaf this week, just one. So it's like you're getting a little bit of that separation being severed, but not fully. But then there's like a straight line of leaves across in the following week. So in 2 weeks, I'm assuming, in that range, the separation is cut. Because again, the leaves go right across. So that separation is no more. And then it clears out again. So that could be one or two things. Either that separation begins again, or the separation is completely done. Since it's scattered, I feel like it's the separation on and off still energy. Okay. There's no social gathering until the end of the month, and there's like a big one. And it has to do with a lot of creative energy. Wherever you're going, because they overlap, there's the heart key, which is like passion projects, creativity. You're just feeling a lot of love, but towards your creative pursuits, not in romance. Yeah, so wherever you're traveling to, it's going to be like a fun, festy vibe. You guys are being really creative and having fun. There's not many leaves, but it is like something to mention, and I feel like it has to do because it's in between the heart and the messages of love, or even if they're not of love, like again, they might not be like I love you, but it's like from that person. There's a little like hand sprinkling some tiny like fairy dust of leaves down, trickling all into next month. And it's just like there's still that represents there's like just a difference of opinion here. So that's why there's this like on and off separation, or why it's not full force into the heart space yet, is what I'm getting intuitively. It's little energy there, but you're trying to work on yourself. You're just not giving yourself that much energy because it's being dispersed to other things. In a week's time, so that's at the end of the month, you are dealing with some financial stuff or taking care of family affairs, or like going to see family, or I don't know, that's within this week. It's towards the end of the month, so everybody has bills to pay, or you're helping family out with who knows what. Okay, the fig, fertility. Ladies, I mean, this could be masculine or feminine. You could be fertile with new ideas, new beginnings, like you're planting the seeds, though. It's, kind of like that, this Fool in reverse. So you're just holding back. Okay. This next week, you might be fertile, or yeah, okay guys, hear me out. There's leaves, larger leaves, so enough to mention within this next week. Like there's nothing, so you're not fertile right now. And then next week, They come in. But then you have a whole month where there's nothing again. You're not fertile for the next month. But then you have a lot of leaves at the bottom, meaning somebody's getting pregnant. I'm just saying. I don't think I've ever said that with my tea leaves before. Like, I have mentioned that you guys need to be careful. You're more fertile here or there, but I've never fully said, like, somebody getting pregnant. But there's, like, all of the congregational leaves is at the bottom of the month, or it could be the following month, because that's, like, a month or more. So 1 to 2 months, you could be getting pregnant. But it's surrounded by good luck because it flows from the fig all the way into the clover, the 4-leaf clover, and through the star space. So the star is just good energy. It's like when a star is born, it's just this burst of magnetic, positive energy. It's light. And even when they die, that light continues. So it's like this rebirth, you know? There's like a tiny bit of jealousy from some people within a week from something. I don't know what. Or maybe this masculine, because he was being a narcissist. I don't know. I'm just trying to correlate them. I mean, it's that star energy too. Like people could be jealous about you just being seen, you standing in your power in this star energy. Whether you get pregnant literally or like figuratively with these new ideas that you had planted a month prior, 2 months prior, and now they're finally like here. They're showing, they're sprouting. Because we had the same energy and timeline with the torch. So yeah, it's like something's being lit. This dedication, this progress towards usually something creative, career-wise, that will bring you financial success. So there's like a little bit of it, like the progress is slowly happening in a week, and then we're not seeing much until the end of the month, and it's huge again. Like just all of the congregational leaves right there. We do have social success, but it's not full force yet because it just overlaps the moon slightly. But there is social success. So you're getting seen a little bit more. Maybe you're on social media platforms. We have the sun energy too, which makes perfect sense with that reverse Fool because there's nothing directly on the sun, like a tiny bit, but all of the leaves are scattered outside of the sun. So it's like you're not ready to fully start on this new journey, but you're feeling it intuitively. You're feeling like it's coming, it's here, whether you're ready or not. We don't have anything on Saturn, like the tiniest bit, so I don't think you're going to lose anything significant. I'm now I've got to move the rest. Let's see what we've got. Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of love happening at the end of the month into the next month. So it's 1 to 2 months. So November, December, there's a lot of love. That's when the love comes in. Because right now, remember, like these messages just trickled in. And then, but we're still being hesitant. And then in a week, it's going to become a little bit more. And then we're still being hesitant. But at the end of the month, it's like full force. I couldn't even see it. And that is like Venus energy is here. Bogart, what are you doing? My cat, you can just see his ear right here. He's just like chilling. What are you doing? So yeah, somebody's feeling a super attraction to you in the next 2 months, or you're feeling it for them, or you're both feeling it for each other. I think you're both feeling it for each other since it's like heavy congregation. I'll show you. Heavy. Yeah, it's fully covering the planet. So And that's into the star energy. So they're finally seeing your brilliance, which I said that last reading too. So it's coming in slowly. We had a tiny bit for Jupiter. Well, I can't say tiny. There's like some significant leaves, but it's on the edge. Yeah, it's just showing me that hesitation that pulled up in 2 cards, from the Fool being in reverse and the 6 of Swords. Because upright it would be movement, but because it's in reverse, there's like some kind of stagnation, or you're just being hesitant to this transition and resistance to this change. But some decision has to be made. Some big decision does have to be made, you guys, and stop resisting it, because you have to make it. Like, I don't know, you got to decide. And it crosses over into that star energy too. It has to do with, for some of you, I'm picking up on love. For others, I'm picking up on this career energy, or both. We can have both at the same time, right? Life is so dualistic like that. But you're stepping out into the spotlight, or people are recognizing you, and they're picking up on this beautiful energy of yours, and they're like, I need to make a decision. Like, do I want to commit to this person, or do I put all of my energy into making these seeds grow for whatever financial passion pursuits I'm currently invested in? Both. It's there. What are you doing, Bogart? You looking at my tea? You looking at the tea? Me. Yeah. A decision has to be made. Period. And there's a huge journey with that decision. So the decision you're still hesitant about, but once you decide, then you're going full force on that journey. Because again, there's I couldn't even see that planet underneath there. So yeah, Jupiter, you're going to have to make this decision. And then Mercury, you're going full force with it. So it's telling me it's a yes for both. I'm just saying. Sorry if I made the decision for you. I tend to do that. But I would never tell you, I would never steer you in the wrong direction. I would never tell you what I'm not seeing here. No. Give me a second, baby. Unless you're going to chill and just hang out. Okay. There is some Mars energy. Beware of bickering. Beware of fighting. It's under the snake, so it could be correlated to friends. I guess that little bit of jealousy I mentioned earlier. Or it could be related to this lover. Or again, jealousy with that narcissistic. Well, I don't like to label anybody. With the male energy who is choosing to act through ego and pick up on narcissistic tendencies and just being a little too full of himself. There could be arguments because of that. You lose your, temperance upside down. Somebody loses their patience rather than finding the purpose, and that there is, a balance and meaning to these conversations, this communication, even if it is in Mercury retrograde, which gives the communication some difficulty. But there is harmony. There is going to be harmony there. It's all about moderation, you guys. Being sensible with your decisions. And then, the clover's in the middle. I couldn't even see the clover. All of these decisions in this journey is correlated to a lot of luck. Luck in love, luck in your career and your finances. There's big decisions that have to be made, but you are going on a new journey. Somebody's getting a new job, somebody's getting a new lover, or that old lover is coming back, and you guys are getting to start this new journey together, because that's what the Fool is all about. So stop resisting this new beginning. It's telling you that there's opportunities here, and pleasure is the pursuit of it. Pleasure is not a bad thing. There's unlimited possibilities here. In a positive manner once you get on the right footing. Ground yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. Okay, that's it for the tea. And then let's just do, oh, hello. We need to pull some numbers. And then I was gonna pull one. I always say one and then it ends up being more. I'm gonna pull however many cards the universe tells me to pull for a timestamp on like when this is gonna happen, even though the tea is pretty good about giving me more of a time frame in comparison to the tarot and the oracle cards, unless the oracle like straight up states a time. Okay, spirit guides. What else do we need to know about these situations? $14, 14. 14 was on another card too. Yeah, 14 definitely means something. 14 days. 14 days I'm getting. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is change. There's change coming. Stop resisting this. People, an important decision needs to be made. You're going on the journey, whether you like it or not, but it's towards something positive and really good and like passionate, and you're indulging, but like you're gonna learn how to balance it out and do it in a healthy way. Let me read it. 14, 14. Ignite your spark. What did I say? Twice with the star energy and the torch. Spark, inspiration, opportunity, joy, new beginnings. You can't make this shit up. Positivity. This new beginning is going to be positive. Stop overthinking it. Focus on your needs and desires with a joyful attitude. New opportunities, friendships, or even family additions may be on the horizon. I'm psychic AF. I told you somebody's getting pregnant. I'm just saying. Strap up if you don't want it. That's all I'm saying. Embrace the positive energy to speed up the process. What hobbies or desires can I focus on to reignite my passion? Well, your passion. How can you stay open to new possibilities, opportunities, and positive changes? Identify one passion or hobby that you've been neglecting and take a step towards rekindling it. Embrace a positive mindset and be open to the new opportunities and relationships that come your way. Music came to my mind like instantly. I had a conversation with somebody last night and they were saying that they haven't picked up their guitar in forever. And I was like, what are you doing? If that's something that you've ever been passionate about, like, you got to do it all the time. Make time. Anyhow. Oh yeah, definitely a new beginning. Because 14 and 14 boils down to a 1. New beginning. The Fool. You're on this journey. You're on this path. Get back on the right path. Stop overthinking and being negative about it. 17, self-belief. 8, an infinite number. Yeah. Self-belief, confidence, hope, change, courage, leap of faith, path forward. You guys, you may feel stuck or fearful. I just should stop right now because everything just clarifies what I've already said. Perhaps even in despair. You guys, you don't have to be so down. I feel so bad for you guys if you're like really anxiety ridden. Thinking that there's no way forward. This card reassures you that the path starts with you. You are ready for a life-changing leap forward. What fears or doubts are holding you back? And how can you overcome them and take the leap towards positive change? Identify one area where you feel stuck and take a small, significant step forward, overcoming that obstacle. Believe in your ability to create the change you desire. And then, oh, we have a moth in here. Okay. Moths may mean something. One of my favorites. 2222. Stick to it. Persistence, patience, progress, steadfast, goal, manifestation, preparation. Choose a path and stick to it, making slow and steady progress. This card signifies the need for patience and consistent effort while working towards a significant goal or manifestation. Ensure that all aspects of your plan are organized and aligned. What path are you currently following? And how can you stay committed and make steady progress towards your goal? Review your current plans and ensure everything is in order. Take one actionable step today towards your goal and commit to making consistent progress no matter how small. What did I say earlier in the T2? That you're like not seeing that progress, but it is steady, it is coming, and then you're going to reap those rewards in a couple of months. And don't get over in your head. Remember how I said, like, there's so much space. Like, the world, the universe is so infinite and filled with abundance. Like, you don't have to choose between love or a career. You can have both. You're meant to have both. You're meant to have more than just two things. You're meant to have all of it. Okay. And then to end, universe, spirit guides, angels, goddesses, gods, what do they need to know as far as timing? Like, when is this going to come in for them? When are they going to let go and release that fear and stick to it and believe in themselves and this new journey and make that decision and ignite this spark towards love and an abundance in every way possible? 13, 3 and 1 is 4. That's foundations. Okay, it says next summer. We just released summer. So within a year, like, I feel like all of the waters will be calm and you're going to see all of this progress, you know, how it created this new reality for you. And it's all going to come together. The beach may mean something next summer. Can we get a clarifying card on that time frame? Like, when are they emotionally going to be ready? So, like, if next summer is when all of this comes in fully to fruition and they see this, when are things going to start to, you know, when is the ball going to get rolling? 50, it's time to take a break. Time to take a break from what? That's confusing. Okay, so okay, hold on. 5 is change, and there's the lotus flower. Lotus, just so you know, lotuses only show up once. I don't know if it's once a day. Do your research. But I believe that bulb, like however long it takes to grow, that bulb, once it's finally ready to sprout and come through the mud and break the surface of the water and grow, it is only there for one day. I don't know if that bulb goes down and comes back another day, or I believe it's just that one, and then it takes time to regenerate a new bulb. Because I've watched it happen. I've witnessed it when I was in Bali. And I was like so grateful that it came out just for me for that one day. So yeah, like, it's time to take a break. Maybe a little bit of self-reflection time. Like, you're in the muddy water right now, and that's okay, because you need that break to prepare for when you finally break through that tension of the water and you're ready to blossom. And like, you are going to be fully blossomed by next summer and see all of these rewards in abundance. Can I get one more clarifier? Yeah, it's something to do with next summer, because it says July again. And 21, 2 and 1 is a 3. Creativity, joy, abundance. Something with the beach. You're going to be on the beach next summer. All right, guys. Well, I hope that, you know, let you know some things, especially for my girls. Like, remember, it takes 9 months. So if you're getting pregnant, within the next few months, at the end of this month or in the next 2 months, because I was like from now to December. And then 9 months after that, yeah, you'd be back in summertime by the next summer. So you guys, get ready, because you've got a year of preparation and you're making this progress towards this, love fulfillment and this passion project fulfillment. So congrats. I hope that resonated, and I will see you guys soon.